Yo, we got a video here today, and we've got this clip here discussing what real guys are. And even though these two are technically on the same page, one is just going to constantly interrupt and just trauma dump. But big shout out to our supporter today, James, with the message, "Love from America, glad you're back. Much appreciated." Let's get right into it.
I think the youth needs to hear what real men are. I think there's there's masculinity.
But what are real men?
Right. To me, a real man.
She says that with a smug face. He's trying to explain, already one interruption, and he won't even be able to get halfway through his point.
As a responsible man.
Because every time a man does some shit, they'll be like, "That's not a real man," and it's like, looks like a man to me.
I think a real man is in touch with his feminine
looks like a duck
side,
and it walks like a duck. I mean? Yeah.
I think
that doesn't help when the guy that's supposed to be on your side, he's going to egg her on. Rather than just allowing for, that's her point, she's got her point out, now let the other person get his point out. He's just simping, straight up.
a real man is knows how to unstrap from his ego.
I don't know. I think the real man thing is just a thing like that people invented to like excuse bad behavior. You know.
Wow, mic drop. It's kind of ironic because I think it's used as a way to guilt trip guys into doing things that they might not want to do. They might not want to pay for all the bills 100% and have no middle ground there. They might not want to take on a kid from a prior relationship. But she's saying it's used as a way to excuse bad behavior somehow.
Yeah,
like all men are real men.
Said like a real man.
Period.
Yeah,
Say how it is.
I think,
You didn't make any points. You just basically said, yeah, I still haven't gotten over my 1 month relationship with Kanye, and I'm just going to trauma dump on the audience.
I think being like, to further add on what she's saying, I think there's this false narrative of what real men do, and I think it's tied into, privilege and masculinity. And
there's some buzzwords for you. This privilege that you get to be browbeaten on national television day in, day out with zero blowback. But that's a privilege, apparently.
I think exploring that in films is important because, we're raising these young boys to be men, and we can go that extra step to educate boys.
These are supposed to be the court jesters. These are supposed to be the entertainers. They give you something to, have a release for 2 hours from your daily grind, go and watch a movie. But they want to educate. They want to educate you for some reason. They don't want to necessarily entertain you, which is maybe their job. They want to educate.
And on that journey of how to, tap into the femininity, the vulnerability, that way we can further protect women.
Which almost sounds weird, like you're going to tap into your femininity in order to protect. I think you actually have to tap into something else, actually, if you need to legitimately protect. So she obviously gets to explain further why she's got an issue.
I don't know if celibate is like the right word, because I think that has a lot of like religious meaning. I just can't find anyone that I want to That's really what's happening right now. And it's a big problem. And I think a lot of women feel that way. So I think just men need to just be more f***able.
And it's kind of ironic because she came out only a few months ago as
lesbians.
Yet she's so opinionated about what guys need to do. I mean, in a way, you shouldn't care if you're not actually going after them. If you're just clam bumping, why do you even care? And that's like a legit question. And there's this like weird trend with these alpha ladies or strong ladies. It's kind of getting out of hand.
Why no masculine man wants an alpha female?
Let me give you some insight, Zach, from an alpha woman. Every day we go out, we're making shit happen. We're strong. We're making decisions affecting people's lives. We don't hesitate to do that.
Quite vague, frankly. I mean, what are you actually doing? How much cash are you making? Like, if you're strong alpha, let's just get into the specifics. Let's get into the brass tacks, as they say. How much cash are you making in a week, in a month?
We want to come home to an environment, to a partner that helps us feel safe, so that we don't have to be so strong, so that we can feel vulnerable.
So you can take off that fake tuxedo suit that you try to LARP as a guy. I mean, that's the thing. They're alpha ladies, yet they're trying to dress masculine. They're trying to dress like men. I mean, something doesn't make sense there.
Okay? And it's very hard to find for an alpha woman. Because if we're already kicking ass in life, we want to meet a man who's at least higher, or at least bare minimum equal.
And that's the issue. They get given this cash, they get given these opportunities, and they still want more. Or at least equal, but really they want more. Whereas the inverse throughout history, rich guys are not necessarily dating another billionaire, another million. They'll date down gladly, financially anyway. But they get given this opportunity, and now they don't want to do that role. Isn't that almost what an alpha should? Shouldn't an alpha, a true alpha, be looking after,
Beta!
That's why you want it to be alpha, right? Or do you think that an alpha guy wants to fight with an alpha lady after work? I'm going to say they don't want to do that.
We want to be able to be inspired by them, to look to them as well, instead of always being looked to for all the answers. So if you don't want an alpha woman, you're either saying, one, you can't provide that safe environment, or two, you're just not up there, buddy. So I understand you're...
Or three, they don't want to because they've got options. They think because of their peak time that's the options 24/7. That dries up if you don't cash in. Whereas a guy that's, at the top earner, top dog, so to speak, he's got options. He doesn't have to deal with this.
Trying to help people, coaching, I see it in your name, Zach. But just be careful about things that you say, especially when you don't have experience with an alpha woman.
I mean, is that a flex to have experience with this? I mean, I don't even know. I'd say I would rather not have experience with that. And another sign is that they have to be tatted up because they've got to overcompensate somewhere else to come across as this so-called alpha. I actually just sort of reject the notion, but let's hear it.
As a single woman, these are my top 3 places that I will not go or do for a first date. Dinner or lunch. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be trapped across from you for 45 to 75 minutes watching you eat, talking about your fantasy football team and your hopes and dreams that have been crushed over the century. No, thank you. Second place, I do not want to go hiking with you. I am very active, yeah.
I wonder if they'll ever just say what they want to do, because they're quite opinionated in saying what they don't like, what they don't want. Well, they still want you to come up with the idea. They're not going to tell you exactly what their hobby is. They want you to somehow create a hobby for them. I mean, maybe that's possible. Maybe you're good enough to read someone where you're like, you like this, and it's true, and that's where the sparks fly.
But no, do I want to willingly put myself into the middle of nowhere where you can unalive my gorgeous body and do weird things to my deceased self?
They need to stop watching the true crime detective shows. Like straight up. Or whatever they're reading. Maybe they're reading some weird fan fiction romance. I mean, they read weird crap too, to be honest.
And then leave me for the coyotes? No. Why would I do that? Third place, the gym. This is a hard no for me. I know that I look super good when I'm working out, but here's the deal. I am probably stronger than you in some way. I am probably faster than you in some way. And I sure as shit know that I'm way funnier than you. So I'm probably going to say or do something.
I mean, that's probably all
Lesbians!
untrue, frankly, if we're going to go there. But that's how the delusion is at its peak. The funny thing is, like, ridiculous. Let's not even go down that road. But, like, to say you're faster, probably not. Stronger, I mean, she probably does something very specific. Maybe she can out squat you or something, but, whoop-de-doo. What's your bench press? I mean, no one wants to go down that road. What's your grip strength? It ain't going to be stronger, I'll tell you right now.
To emasculate you. Is that the foot that we really want to get off on? That I kind of like to save that stuff for like the third or fourth date. Maybe the fifth. As a
Yeah, I mean, she'll want some
Beta!
that she gets to lead along, and if you're lucky, you might get to hit after 5 dates. I mean, again, I don't know if that's a flex or not. But then they talk about equal partner. They use those sort of BS terminology. But deep down, they still want you to pay for crap. There's nothing equal or partnership about that where you're just flat out paying for it. Even if she's earning more than you. All the same. I mean, it doesn't matter. You got to pay, apparently.
I went on a date and it's like, it was good. And then yet, like, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know. The bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill. And in French, he said 2 bills. And then so they came. And I was like...
Look, the cat's crying out to you saying, hey, Mum, you know, I know you're sad and crying all the time. How about I try to help out?
If someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me...
Pay up.
To pay, and whatever. So we did that, I paid, and it's fine.
Yeah.
And then after, I was...
It's not fine. You're crying on camera after the date. It's clearly not fine. Maybe deep down you should think it's fine because you've been crying for this partnership, equal this, equal that. But when push comes to shove, the caveman DNA kicks in and they want you to pay. Pay up, buddy.
I was honest and I just said it. Like, I don't know, because I said, like, yeah, I thought you were going to take me out. And, like, to me, that means pay. And then suddenly his English wasn't so good anymore. When he was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever. What else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be.
And that's part of it. What else do you have to lose? You already paid. See, if you paid everything the first time, she's got the second or third date to lose. You know, nice meal, nice time out, a guy trying to impress. It's like a job interview for 3 times because you're trying to hit it.
Treated and like I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted he said that after we were having another conversation. I said okay, and then he said, are you free this week? And I said yeah. And then I texted him after and I'm like, I had a nice time, thanks. And then he read it and didn't respond, and it's like, okay, I don't know, like I'm just tired of
Game over. Now it gets into the mind games. That's why a lot of it is just mind games. Did you reply instantly? Did you wait a bit? Was it better to wait a little bit? Was it better to reply? It's like, what is even going on here? They take things so seriously. It's like, maybe you actually need to do the date thing, because when it goes to the messages, then the mind games really kick in.
I'm happy I was honest. But like, I just like want a fucking gentleman.
And sometimes we just don't get what we want either. We might want something, we'll strive for something, but there's times where you have to settle. It's like you don't always settle, obviously, because you need to strive, but just because you want it doesn't mean you get it. There's things that you might have to do along the way in order to get those things. But anyway, gents, we're going to leave it right there. As always, thoughts, comments, below. And hit that like on the way out. It takes 1.5 seconds, and smash that subscribe button right now for good luck. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.